A fragile existence.
In this struggle, survival is the only victory. For most of life, damage is a permanent state. A wound becomes a scar, a lost limb, a life forever altered by a single moment of weakness.
But nature, in its infinite complexity, has engineered exceptions, beings that defy the fundamental rules of injury.
These are creatures that possess a power bordering on the miraculous. The power to
The Crown of Thorns Sea Star. An echinoderm, ancient and seemingly simple in its design.
Yet it holds a secret to resilience that has ensured its survival for over 450 million years.
Its tough, calcified skin is its defense. But against a determined predator, it is not invincible.
When escape is impossible, the sea star employs a drastic, yet brilliant, survival strategy.
It severs its own limb, a sacrifice made for survival.
For most creatures, this would be a fatal compromise, a wound leading to certain death.
But for the sea star, it is merely an inconvenience.
Deep within its remaining central disk, a remarkable process begins as specialized cells mobilize for the task ahead.
These cells are pluripotent, capable of becoming any type of tissue needed: skin, nerves, and muscle.
The animation continues, showing the cells at the wound site beginning to divide and differentiate, forming the basic.
Over weeks and months, a new arm is constructed, perfect in form and in function.
A remarkable feat of biological engineering. But nature's ingenuity has only just begun.
A master of camouflage and stealth. But its greatest trick is reserved for moments of mortal danger. The predator strikes. It misses a fatal blow, but secures a hold on its fleeing prey.
The lizard does not simply lose its tail. It purposefully severs it through a process called caudal autotomy.
Specialized fracture planes within the tail vertebrae are designed to allow for a clean break under pressure.
At the same time, sphincter muscles constrict around the caudal artery, minimizing blood loss almost instantly.
Cái đuôi bị bỏ lại, với các đầu dây thần kinh vẫn còn hoạt động, đóng vai trò như một mồi nhử quan trọng, co giật liên hồi.
Regeneration begins almost immediately. But this remarkable act of survival comes with a cost.
Cái đuôi mới không phải là một bản sao hoàn hảo. Các đốt sống được thay thế bằng một ống sụn đơn giản, không phân đoạn.
The intricate scale patterns are gone, a clear and permanent reminder of the compromise made for survival. It is a functional, but ultimately inferior replacement, a stark reminder that even in regeneration, there can be compromise.
Number 5. The earthworm. A humble creature, vital to the health of our planet's soil. It lives a life of constant peril. Danger in this subterranean world can strike without warning, and with devastating force. For this simple invertebrate, being bisected is not an automatic death sentence.
The anterior, or head section, which contains the worm's vital organs, almost always survives the ordeal.
Đó là 5 cung động mạch chủ của nó, hoạt động như một loạt trái tim nguyên thủy, bơm máu đi khắp cơ thể.
From this mass of versatile cells, a new tail is regenerated, segment by painstaking segment.
The fate of the posterior section is far less certain. Its survival depends entirely on where the cut was made. It can only regenerate if the cut was made past a critical number of segments, leaving enough neural tissue to coordinate the process.
If the cut is too close to the head, the tail section of the Planarian will heal its wound, but will be unable to regrow a new brain.
Without this central control, it will eventually perish, unable to find food or coordinate its movement. A simple organism with a profound ability to duplicate itself in the face of near-total destruction.
Number 4. The zebrafish.
A common subject in scientific research, this small fish from the Ganges River basin is a titan of regeneration.
It can regrow damaged fins, scales, and even portions of its spinal cord. But its most astonishing ability lies deeper. Scientists have observed that the zebrafish can repair and regenerate up to 20% of its heart muscle after injury. Unlike in mammals, where heart injuries result in non-contractile scar tissue, the zebrafish heart responds by activating progenitor cells.
These new cells seamlessly integrate with the existing tissue, restoring the heart to its original, uninjured state with no scarring.
Raspberry. This biological mechanism holds immense promise and poses a fundamental question. Why did what?
The answer may lie with our next subject. A creature that, in a sense, never truly grows up. Number 3. The Axolotl. A Mexican salamander, critically endangered in the wild. It exists in a state of neotenic.
Điều này có nghĩa là nó đạt đến tuổi trưởng thành trong khi vẫn giữ các đặc điểm non nớt như các băng ngoài này, mà không bao giờ trải qua quá trình biến thái hoàn toàn.
And in this perpetual youth lies the key to its incredible power. The axolotl is the vertebrate champion of regeneration. When a limb is lost, epidermal cells first migrate to cover the wound. Beneath them, a cluster of stem-like cells accumulates.
Unlike in other animals, these cells retain a memory of their origin. Muscle cells will
reconstructs the limb with absolute precision. Bones, muscles, nerves, and skin are all recreated in their correct positions. There is no scar, no imperfection. It can perform this incredible feat over and over again throughout its life.
This ability is not limited to limbs. It can regenerate its spinal cord and its jaws. Most astonishingly, it has shown the ability to regenerate damaged portions of its own brain.
It is a living blueprint of perfect restoration, a biological enigma that we are only just beginning to understand.
To find the true masters of this power, we must descend the tree of life to organisms far. Number 2. The Planarian.
A simple freshwater flatworm. To it, dismemberment is not an injury. It is a form of reproduction.
Every part of the Planarian's body is saturated with powerful adult stem cells called neoblasts, comprising up to 30% of its total cells.
Khi Zoogesia tigrina bị cắt, các tế bào non này sẽ di chuyển đến vết thương và có thể tạo ra mọi loại tế bào mà cơ thể cần. Một con sâu duy nhất có thể được cắt thành hơn 200 mảnh, và mỗi mảnh sẽ tái tạo thành một cá thể hoàn chỉnh, giống hệt về mặt di truyền.
It is a form of biological immortality, a complete defiance of individuality itself. But one creature takes this power to its absolute, logical extreme, an organism that appears to have escaped the process of aging altogether.
The Hydra. Not the multi-headed monster of myth, but a simple freshwater animal related to jellyfish and coral.
It does not age because its entire body is in a perpetual state of regeneration. Old cells are continuously replaced by new ones.
Its regenerative potential is absolute. If a Hydra's body is completely disintegrated into single cells, the cells will reaggregate, reorganizing themselves through a complex symphony of biochemical signals. Within a few days, a complete, healthy Hydra will have reformed from the cellular chaos.
It is the pinnacle of biological restoration, an organism that has, in a very real sense, conquered mortality.
We have witnessed powers that defy imagination, the ability to regrow, restore, but that is largely where our power to rebuild ends, a fraction of what other creatures possess. A severed nerve does not regrow. Lost heart muscle becomes useless scar tissue, weakening us forever. A lost limb is gone forever.
We build machines of steel to protect our fragile bodies. We study the Hydra and the Axolotl, hoping to steal their secrets.
We look upon these other creatures as simple, primitive even. But in the face of oblivion, They possess a strength we can only dream of. A resilience that is coded into the very essence of their being. Perhaps true power is not the ability to dominate the world, but the ability to persist within it.
The power to endure. And when faced with destruction, the power to begin again.